your name. I don't care what these people gon' do, what these people gon' say, what these people gon' bang. We out here making disciples. We in the world, but we can't be the same. Okay. So I went for my hand on the Bible, speaking the truth.
And welcome back to Believe Ball Become. I believe this is episode 9? 8? 8? 9?
I think it's 8.
8? 9? I don't know. I still got one to edit still.
We do this every time.
Yep, same thing, another day. Coming in, just kind of shooting the crap, talking to another buddy. We actually have a guest now. Dylan Harvel. Everybody welcome Dylan Harvel. Yeah, woo! We're happy to have Dylan. Came in last second. We're going to keep it short and sweet. But we're happy to talk to him. Yeah,
we got a ton of stuff here.
But we're excited to have him here. We're excited to talk to somebody else for once. But we're going to get this going, get this started. We have some questions for Dylan. We're just going to kind of shoot through them. If anybody doesn't know, Dylan Harvel is actually Blake Pena's brother. Blake, welcome your brother to the podcast.
It is so crazy the amount of people that don't know. Because in school, everybody knew. You know, we hung out together. But now that I coach and he doesn't play sports in the high school anymore, I come across so many people that are like, man, the Harvel kid, he's been gone a couple of years now, right? I'm like, yeah, that's my little brother. And they're like, no. It's just, so it's kind of crazy, especially because in school we hung out together all the time. So everybody always knew we were together. But yeah, it's very last second. It's good to have him on, ask him a ton of questions. It's going to be hard to stay serious because we're never serious. So we'll see how far we can take that. But these questions are really just random. Like I told Ben, if we would have had, you know, a day to kind of plan things out, we probably could have came up with really good questions, but these are just kind of off the top of the head. He'll ask some, I'll ask some, and I'm sure Dylan will talk a lot for us. So
I don't know about it, but we'll try it.
What did you first want to be when you grew up? Like, what was that first
and why?
Dream you can remember? Like, what was that first thing you can remember wanting to be?
I wanted to go to the military.
Military?
From my dad, yeah. But, I mean, that was shot down. He didn't want me to do that, obviously. No military dad wants their own kid to go through that.
Yeah,
but
yeah, for sure.
That shut down, like, young. And then I wanted to be a cop. And then once I got into high school, I just kind of went with the flow. And now look at me, dressed in yellow like everybody else.
There we go.
Yeah, I feel like he's always kind of done that too. Just went with the flow, never really had a set plan. But I always felt like he would play sports if the opportunity arose, but it never came out and grabbed him. You know what I'm saying? So he just, like he said, went with the flow. And I don't know. I kind of saw this coming, especially in high school, hanging out with Dot and Landon. And I kind of saw this coming.
Ruined me, man.
Ruined me. Ruined isn't the word, but it's funny. It's definitely funny. And full circle now that you're doing what you're doing. So, childhood memories. We're talking like ages 0 to 14. Let's go non-sports related first. So, when you were a kid, like, you know, what, obviously I know, but for the people listening, what were some of your favorite things to do whenever you were young? Whether it was with me, alone, with your friends?
Well, I don't know when we weren't with each other when we were little.
Yeah,
so
that is fair.
Kind of hard to roll that out.
That is fair.
My favorite thing.
But yeah, non-sports related first, because a lot of it was sports.
I mean, it's kind of hard. Playing Fortnite with the boys was probably one of the number ones because it would start with sports outside and then it would be dark, couldn't do anything else. So then the rivalry would go inside to play.
How old were you when we first started playing Fortnite? Because I bet I was 14 or 15.
I don't know. It was season 1.
You would have been 10.
I was young.
9 or 10. Right. I walked into Dylan's room and he was playing Fortnite first. Because we shared a PlayStation at the time. Was it mine or yours?
It was you. I don't know.
I don't know whose it was. But we shared one. He was like, bro, look at this new game. And I was like, I ain't playing that game.
Mine and Tremel.
That game's stupid.
He said, Dylan, you got to download this game. I was like, all right, dude, I'll download it. Downloaded it and played every day of my life. And thank God I'm not fat and a gamer now.
Yep. I think non-sports related memory just would be all the stupid games we came up with at home. I think about that often whenever you're on TikTok and you go through like the nostalgic phase where there's a ton of old videos you'll see from like being a kid in the 2000s or whatever, and I'll just think of like there was a game that we made up where it was someone started in the kitchen at the old house and where, and you had to like throw the ball or whatever it was to each other.
See, that's almost sports related.
The sliding game is what we called it, but it was like who could slide into the base first or WWE. So no, but you're right, that is sports related.
Sports related, so you can't really put that one in there.
Probably the trampoline.
Probably trampoline.
The trampoline.
Or riding bikes around the neighborhood when we moved.
Yeah, dude.
When we moved to Jonesboro.
We
That
were
was nice.
we were WWE kings on the trampoline, dude. I'm talking. We could do all the moves. So.
Brought the ladder out a couple times.
Yeah.
Actually, put me in the hospital from WWE.
What is the age difference between you two?
4 years.
4 years. He's September of 05, and I'm November of 01.
So you guys are like just on that cusp, because me and Noah are 6 years difference, and even that 2 years is just like, it's just such a gap, because like I'm in high school and he's in 6th grade. Like when I graduate high school, he's going into 7th
See,
grade.
we still, like he said, we hung out in school. We really didn't hang out in school. It was just I'd get out of school and I'd go to the high school.
Yeah, yeah.
I still was in 8th grade when he was a senior, or vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
No, I remember, when I was a sophomore, we hung out with a lot of the same people. But when I was in 8th grade and younger, like, he's right. Going to school, it's almost like I had a different life. And then I would see Dylan, I'd be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
But that's because in the Jonesboro, the younger kids are way over here and the older kids are upstairs. So we never.
So like, but then let's go back and say, when you're 10, he's 6. So like, at least you two can like halfway play together.
Oh, yeah. And that's
but when
where
I was 10, Noah was 4.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like he just learned to walk and run, like, and
Yeah.
I'm out here like playing. So like he would
Yeah.
keep up, and like he would. Don't get me wrong. Like once he got old enough, like he would hold his own, and I would beat him up and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you guys did too, and I know you
yeah.
guys fought and
Oh, yeah.
wrestled and all that stuff. WWE
stories.
star
Yeah.
champions and all that. So
I think riding bikes and the trampoline and the WWE stuff is where we bonded when we were young. Like when he was
That wasn't sports.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't sports, yeah.
For sure. I mean, when we were at the old house, we used to take our BB guns and shoot everything.
Oh, frogs.
I mean, everything.
The light pole.
Yep, everything. But no, you're right there. Because like with me and Carson, it's a little bit different. Carson is 6 years younger than me, so there is that little bit of a gap where it is kind of. There was a time where there was so much of an age gap that I wouldn't say I was more mature, but I was just older, so it is just different. So you're right, like. And he was always a more mature kid that hung out with kids 2 years older than him, and I hung out with kids 2 years younger than me. So
I think that's what really made us together when we were growing up, is because, Landon and Dot being one grade apart was put Landon close to Blake and then put me close to Dot, and that was kind of like the glue of us.
For sure. For sure. And then Mason and Juan and being the kind of the same age. So, no, I agree. I'll ask this question just because the nickname Hollywood, explain the story behind it, because I've heard.
Danny Hartline.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it was Wes Burris.
Nope, Danny Hartline. I don't know if Wes Burris. I don't even think he knows that's my nickname.
He may not.
I don't think he
Where did it come
does.
from? Where did it come from? How did that start?
I don't even know.
I've known people to call you Hollywood for Hollywood and Little Bro. I've known
Little
people.
Bro is Andy Bundren.
Yeah.
I've always known you as Little Bro.
Little Bro was Andy Bundren because I was a little, 6-year-old playing with 12-year-old playing soccer. Blackhawks maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
I went on vacation one time with, I forgot who I went with. Maybe I just went to see Braden, and Dylan took my jersey and played in a baseball game for me. Like,
It's true.
4 years younger than me.
Yeah. Clayton Flam was throwing us.
Yeah. So.
No, Hollywood came from Danny Hartline of Travel Ball, that was a big part of my life, was Travel Ball.
Oh yeah.
As every weekend, we never really practiced, but it was every day. That's what we wanted to do.
They played so much.
And then I don't know. I really don't know where it came from. I was just like, I played shortstop or second base.
He had a little bit of
midfield.
swag to him.
I had a little swagger.
As a young
I was
kid.
cocky because I hung out with older kids. That's just where I was,
Yeah.
and I guess Danny kind of could see, I don't know, my demeanor, and he was like, "Well, that's Hollywood right there." And so that's what he started
It
calling
stuck
me
for a
Hollywood.
while. Yeah, it stuck for a long time.
I still get it. I still get it every now and then.
I guess Ben, go ahead.
What's your first memory of me?
Me and Ben had this conversation the first the
Wow.
first podcast we did together, or maybe the third.
I don't know how. I think honestly, were you in
It had
junior
to
high?
It had to have been basketball related, right?
No, I really don't think it was. Were you in junior high when I was like a first grader? Is that a chance?
Yeah, you would have.
Because I'm pretty sure I was like,
Okay,
dude, that guy is tall.
Well,
I'm 25, I'm gonna be 25 in November.
I remember it was at Jonesboro School. I don't know if it was basketball or not.
You've been in like pre-K.
Yeah, I don't know what that man I've been in. I don't know. I just remember knowing you as the tall guy.
But I mean, I
Like,
came
never-
back
No.
year after year to the school. I mean, my first memory of you is probably
No, I know what it was. It was when you and Noah Fuller. Did you play with Noah Fuller?
yep.
Yeah, it was you and Noah Fuller.
Dylan's getting comfortable.
It was you and Noah Fuller coming back and playing during a practice, and that was during Blake's practice.
Yep.
But Mike
That's
Smith
what I
would
was
let
thinking.
me in.
That's
Mike
what I
Smith would
was
let me in, and I would just watch, and I was like, that guy is tall.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Yep. See, I remember coming back. That was even when I was in high school. We would come back and
Yeah.
play with when Coach Mike was there. But then the year after high school, I came back, brought buddies, and you would always be there. You were around whenever I was helping with Blackhawks when they were 12, 13, 14, and I would just come to a practice and it'd be I'm 6 years older than all of them. You're 4 years younger than all of them. So we've got all the coaches are
all
out
the
there
age
running. We got 30, 40-year-old guys out there running around playing. So
That's definitely what it was you coming back to a practice, which wasn't my practice.
This is really random, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but kids don't understand how much of a factor that plays into how good Dylan was. You know what I'm saying? And same with Caleb now. Caleb's played against older kids for a couple of years now because we were bringing him in 7th and 8th grade. But Dylan being in pre-K, first, second grade and playing against kids so much older than I'm like, I mean, you don't understand how much of a
I think I
difference that
realize it
plays.
now more than I'm older. And,
Yeah.
as much as I didn't want to say it, oh, yeah, you guys are the reason that I was good.
No, and it's not necessarily
when
that,
I
but
was in
it's
high
just
school, I never wanted to say that. But, now that I look at it, I'm like, yeah, if I didn't have that, I'd probably be, I go with the flow. That's who I am. So I probably would be not really playing sports, maybe a little bit, but I wouldn't be as good.
The best at every sport.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be. Kind of
I wouldn't
the
be
way it
out.
played out.
I wouldn't stand out. I don't think. I'd just be that role player.
Yeah, that's the same thing we talked about when whenever I started coming here, I started playing at Anna Heights, and whenever it started with 40-year-old men and 35-year-old men, and then there was the 20-year-olds who took over, and then when I got older, it was me, and so getting to play against older people it makes you have to grow up so much faster, and so. Like you said, you being around him and all his buddies and everybody else older than you is what really helps.
It just makes you mature a lot faster. Not mature as in an adult way, but you mature to the older nature.
Yeah, imagine being a 4th grade kid and you're playing against a kid that is going to college next year or just came back from college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't really mature in the aspect of life and thinking about bills and money. You mature as in that's their demeanor, so why not be like that now?
Yeah,
and then when you walk out on the floor next time, you've already gone up against a 25-year-old in their prime athlete who's played college sports. You've already faced the best of the best. So anybody else
it
you
rubs
see
off
is just it's normal. And so any pressure moments, you've already felt all that pressure in a little gym or against somebody older than you, and you were just trying to prove yourself. Well, you've already done that. Now when you get out on the floor, you don't got anything to prove. Just go out there and play and have fun. Find
older competition. Find better competition. I remember Dylan being in 7th grade in a JV game. He had 27. Maybe hit the game winner too, but I remember just the game was close and he was dribbling across half court and
got the video on my phone.
Between his legs, just had a swagger to him. He's got 25 on him, you can just tell he's played against older people. So go find you some competition that is much better than you and older than you, and it'll take you a far way for sure. I think that this next question will kind of play into that, but shit. How was it like growing up with me? I know this could go so many different ways. But
you what do you mean? You got to ask that. What
role did he play in you growing up?
Whether it was sports or not. But
I think I looked up to him most because it was we grew up. I don't know how to explain it really. When Dad wasn't there and we lived in Ware, it was just I just remember times where it was just me, him, and Mom.
Yeah.
And it was just, it wasn't for very long. He was gone. I don't really know.
It was just a year.
It was just a year.
But it's a lot when you're a kid.
That year, now felt like he was gone for more than a year. But I feel at that point in my time, I was man, I got looked up to him kind of. And then the more we grew and stuff, it was, I don't know. I just looked up to him, and then playing sports is where we really connected, and that's why I think I chose the sports route. Honestly, I don't know if I'd have been there because in Ware, the only thing I cared about was hunting, fishing, anything but sports. And then we started getting a basketball goal in Ware, We started playing,
soccer out
2K,
in the field. We played
2K,
soccer,
wiffle
field,
ball.
Yeah.
He started bringing stuff home and ideas, and I just started to like that more.
Yeah.
It kept us active.
It was the competitive nature for sure.
Oh.
I think that growing up, like, especially once I got older and started, like, maturing a little bit, not maturing as in, like, high school, but I'm talking in junior high, I kind of felt like it was on me to have conversations with him and be, like, the guy that talked to him, and I didn't need to. Like, I didn't. And so I feel like now that we're older, I've done more of being an example, you know what I mean? Like, and he says when we were younger that I was, and I believe that for sure, but I think now I've definitely done more of being an example now that we've gotten older, because when I was a kid, I was just always forcing Big Brother upon him, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I just kind of do it from afar, and I think it makes it easier for him to just come ask me things and tell me things, whereas before, like, something as little as, like, when he started cussing, he hid from me for a long time. And it was like, that's not a big deal, but when you're a kid, it is. And so it's like, I feel like there was things he hid from me and even did now where he just didn't want to tell me. And I just feel like things changed once I started realizing, like, hey, I don't have to talk to him about everything. I don't have to make him do this or, tell him this or give him advice. I just need to be me, and then it'll rub off on him. And
how did your relationship grow, like from when you guys were young to like that middle age to now, in your perspective? Because I've heard his perspective a lot. I want to hear it from your perspective.
Yeah,
like, what do you mean? Like, from what, like,
so
age?
like, whenever you're young, you guys are like playing together, and then you hit that middle
Best
age where
friends,
he
so.
starts to go to high school and you're in junior high. So now you
Yeah,
guys
see,
start like
bro,
butting
I
heads.
got a girlfriend, bro, and that started it all.
That I'm not even going to. I almost said her name. I didn't even do it.
Here's the thing, and we can laugh at it now. Whenever me and Dylan were younger, just like any other brothers, right? His room is my room. My room is his room,
Yeah,
and we can
I want
agree.
his girlfriend to be my girlfriend.
Okay, I wasn't
way.
thinking that, but listen. When you're young, you share rooms, though. I mean, I can promise you that from the time that we were kids up until probably like I was 14, and obviously still kids, but getting older.
Bunk beds. I had
bunk
bunk
beds.
beds.
Like,
in
we
my
slept
I
in the
had them
same
bunk
room
beds that
together
we had to
all the
wear
time. Like,
until I was.
and so finally, I get a girlfriend, and it's like, we haven't established boundaries. I haven't been like, hey, bro, you shouldn't be coming in here. Like, and it wasn't even when she was there. It was like even when I was alone. Like, I'm getting older now, so he'd just walk in there sometimes, and it'd be different if he walk in there and be like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? But he'd just walk in there and like sit on my bed, like grab a ball and start throwing a ball at the wall. I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? And
Bag of chips.
Yeah.
Sweet tea. Sit down. What are you watching?
Yeah, and like looking back at it, it was one of the worst decisions I ever made. But I told Mom to tell him to leave me alone one day, and that, I think, is what started us like not hanging out as much, and him going and making other friends and hanging out with dogs.
I don't think you doing anything is what, like,
over time probably is what did it more.
I don't think it really, like, I think it was just at that point in the life where you were growing, and I, like, that was one mature thing that I wasn't ready to do yet.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to have a girlfriend or do anything.
And looking back, I wish I'd have never said anything, because then whenever me and her broke up, I was trying to hang out with Dylan. He's got his own like plans and buddies. And, so, but it ended up working out, but as a kid, I remember that being our first like kind of like real
disagreement.
Yes. I feel like it lasted for like 2 years, and I just never felt right about it. But
women, man.
I don't even know. Like, after that, so let's go to like, let's start talking about like after I graduated high school. Like, I've not now, but the first year that I graduated, you're a freshman in high school, COVID, 2021, 2022, 2023. Like, how did our relationship start to change in your perspective?
I feel like it was still the same.
That's a good question. Pat me on the back.
Yeah, that was going.
Yeah, I know.
Put me on the spot
I was
with that
flowing for a second.
No, I feel like obviously when you got a girlfriend, that was kind of, we kind of like split. Not really split. I wouldn't even say split, because you still like rode bikes with all of us.
Just spent less time together.
We spent less time.
I got a license, and so I had other stuff going on.
We spent less time together.
High school sports is also much more of a commitment than junior high sports.
Yeah.
So once I got to high school and you guys were still young,
Workouts,
like, bro, I had no time. But continue.
I don't know. I think we had that like 2 years where we didn't really do anything. But you were busy. I was busy. It wasn't really like. Wasn't like busy, but like I had Dot and Landon and stuff, and then you obviously had Z Street, Demarion, and like I don't know. That was just they were like at that point in my life they were almost too mature for me because
Yeah.
like you look at Demarion, it's like
Yeah.
that dude is a grown man.
Yeah.
You look at Z Street, he
Yeah.
goofy.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you look at like you guys were at that point in my life. I was hanging out with Dot and Landon. If you look at them in there,
And we were bullying you a lot. And you could take it, but we were bullying you a lot.
it wasn't that. That didn't push. That didn't really push me
Yeah.
away. Because I mean, we would still go play basketball at night. With Landon, Dot, me,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Demar, like everybody. But I feel like we got closer once COVID hit because we really couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything
for
we could
sure.
do. And then we started playing basketball again.
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
came back. I remember going to his graduation with him in his car. I don't know if it was graduation or if it
Yeah,
was
the one
I
at
think
the
it was
park.
a football field or something.
The one at the
No,
park.
I remember
Yeah.
going to the football field for something.
Yeah, we did
That
drive-through
that
one.
was no. He's talking about before
It
the
was at
graduation,
night.
right whenever they announced that we weren't going back to school at all,
Yeah.
and COVID was a thing. They had that thing at the
Yeah.
football field where they turned the lights on for
Yeah, and
the
that's
class of
kind of what
2020 for 20
brought
minutes.
us back is because we started hanging out again and like talking, and then
We played a lot of basketball during
and
COVID.
we played a lot of basketball,
Yeah.
like just me and him. And then COVID was like everybody was like, "All right, screw COVID, it's anything." And then he started coming back to, and then we went to Landon Dots. That's when they moved.
Oh,
We started
yeah.
hanging out there again.
Yeah, the
And
country, out in the
country.
country got crazy, brother.
Yeah, and that's when we had some fun out there.
Yeah, the country got crazy. We definitely grew up out there, but that was a lot of fun for sure. And thankful to them for giving us a place to be able to go and be safe. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
be
Like and
safe.
have fun and have people who cared about us.
Live and learn for sure.
Yep. Yep, I agree. Moving on to the high school. What was your favorite thing about high school? Non-sports related. What did you love about high school? I assume it's probably being out there with Landon and Dot and all the things that went on out there, and the parties that you were able to go to and the people you met. But bro, social anxiety is afraid of Dylan. I mean, you just throw Dylan out somewhere in anything high school, the event wise, and
I don't know.
And even now.
I just like being social with everybody, and like I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like going to Walmart and like you walk around Walmart. I'm literally trying to get in there, get a frozen pizza, and leave. And then I have to talk to 7 people.
Yeah.
Like I love that about high school.
sounds like your dad.
I love that about high school.
Yeah,
And now
that's
I'm
why
really-
so many coaches know you too, is because you would just talk to them
I would just have
like, you know.
conversations with people. I just liked. I wouldn't even necessarily the parties. I just like conversing with people and like, walking around school, talking to everybody, talking to all the teachers, going to Mr. Dietering's office, grabbing a Dr. Pepper, like just doing whatever.
He got all of it, bro, because I had none of it. I had teachers telling me to take my hood off because I had my earbuds in. So, what about sports? What did you love about sports? Favorite sports? Favorite thing about sports in high school?
That's hard. You put me
Probably the same
because
thing.
I had
Probably.
I had three different.
Yeah,
like,
but you don't have to pick a sport, but just your favorite thing about sports. I would say for you is probably the same thing, like just having people to watch you play and people behind you supporting you. And
the support was definitely.
for me, that was
sure.
I'm an entertainer. That's why I post TikToks
Yeah.
now. Like I'd love to
Yeah.
entertain in high school too.
I liked entertaining people and like playing well for people and like
Yeah.
getting the compliments after the games, or just not even from other people, just from Blake or from you,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
at that point because I was working here. Like
Yeah.
we go out on a Friday. We go out on a Friday
you
night.
bust some ass, you come back Saturday to make pizza.
We play Saturday night.
Yeah.
We get our ass kicked, and then you hear the good things from Friday, and then you hear
Yeah.
them talk to you about Saturday. So it's like I liked that, but I mean I also really liked baseball because I mean we were really good. That was I
I could
think
see
we
that.
won.
It was fun to watch
We won
too.
three regionals.
Well, not only that, growing up watching you guys play for
Yeah, we were
so long and
we were
seeing
ranked
it
in the nation at 10 years old, I think.
for 2 or 3 years. I
For
thought
2 or 3
like,
years straight, yeah. We were pretty good.
Yeah.
But baseball winter regionals was also good because, I mean, that was when I finally kind of thought of like, oh, I'm going to go play college baseball. Like, that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, because, I mean, I never really, I was 5'10", white. Basketball was in the picture because I had so many points, so many
Yeah.
stats. But in reality, wasn't. Like,
yeah.
for me, I think I didn't really care enough. Like I did.
Yeah.
I loved basketball. I had fun playing basketball. For me,
It's the extra shit, though.
basketball for me was
Yeah.
like I just want to do this to have fun. I didn't want to go put
Yeah.
in the work or do that. Baseball, I enjoyed going out and hitting on the tee and like seeing like how my swing would like just seeing different things. I think that's why I like golf so much.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like golf.
I feel
so
like
much.
golf's one of those things you could have been really good at too. Like if you wanted to
Yeah.
go play college for sure.
Yeah, I feel like if I'd have started my freshman year and played all throughout, definitely could have.
So baseball is your favorite sport. You answered that.
No. I think I had most fun playing basketball.
Really? Favorite season in particular?
Favorite season for basketball?
In particular, if you had to rank one season, one particular year, one particular sport.
Dude, you're putting me in such a hard spot.
I know.
Because, I got...
What about you, Ben? I mean, you've been sitting here. You've been sitting here.
Well,
Ben's been sitting here listening to us talk for a while, so.
Hey, you go, because
Well,
I got to think about this
my question about basketball for you was going to be, did you ever feel pressure, being Blake's little brother? Because I know he's talked to me about, why he loved soccer so much was because, Ben was the basketball player. So, like, he liked basketball, kind of like you said. Like, you had a lot of fun, but he didn't want to put the extra work in because, somebody else
I don't think I really
it.
felt... I didn't really feel pressure.
Dylan was too stupid to feel pressure.
That's one of them. But I didn't really feel pressure because I was already there.
Yeah.
I was already there. I was already at practice. Like, I didn't have to prove myself to Cham or to Staples or anybody because I was already there at practice.
Yeah.
But, on the floor, I didn't really feel pressure because the pressure was already there. They knew, Hawkins, he knew that I was Blake's brother. He had watched me play. Like all those big schools, like Peeneyville, Nashville, all them, they already knew I was Blake's brother.
Yeah, you kind of go into that already knowing that they're gonna.
And then they just come up and get you. So I felt that pressure for sure.
Yeah.
But the pressure that you're thinking, no, because I'd already been there.
So it was less little brother pressure and more just the pressure of
pressure that
you
left
put on
for me.
yourself and like that you the expectation for yourself. So I like that answer.
Truthfully, you don't have to answer who's better because I obviously play so much now that it's not even fair. Like, and if you were to put the same amount of work in that I have, like your body's obviously bigger and you've played longer. Like,
here we go.
But truthfully, tell me, did you have more fun playing, or have more fun watching me play? And would you have rather played with me, or would you have rather it been the way it was?
I'd rather played with you.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd rather played with you.
Screw Mom for not letting that happen because we tried.
Joke.
We tried.
That's so close.
I know you're going to hear this, Mom.
So close.
We tried. We wanted 1 year.
I had 12 days, dude. Couldn't have pushed any longer.
We tried to get her to let him reclassify too, and everybody was with it but her.
Yeah, I wanted to do summer school. I was literally gonna do summer school.
So did you like playing more? Or did you like watching me play? Obviously, you probably like playing.
I liked playing. I liked playing more, but I don't know. I say that, but then again, I was in the student section. Like, that was awesome.
I have a lot of videos.
Like, that's my brother. Like,
I got a lot of videos of me getting buckets and Dylan having my jersey on right behind it or something.
That was fun. I remember Cobden when he hit a game winner or whatever. Me and Dot were sitting there.
Yeah.
Dot had one jersey. Dot had a practice jersey, and I had the real jersey. And I was like, man, that's my brother. This is awesome. I can't say that I didn't really I didn't like watching you play because I did.
It's good to hear because the amount of shit I get from everybody else about Dylan breaking my records and stuff is just it's crazy. It doesn't bother me anymore, but at my first or second year at high school, bro, I was so butthurt about it. But
it happens.
It is what it is. It was fun to watch. I was rooting for you the whole time. I always wanted you to break everything. I wanted you to set the bar as high as you could. So. And I enjoy going.
I feel like if I put in more work, though, I definitely could have went.
Oh yeah, $2,000, $2,000 for sure. 2,000.
Yeah, definitely could. Now, honestly, to be honest with you, watching KG makes me regret it. Yeah. Like, dang. Yeah. But then
you
again,
really could have went and just shot every time. And
Yeah,
nobody would have said anything different about it.
Yeah.
I know. But in high school, I couldn't shoot the ball.
Yeah, that is fair.
I didn't have a shot.
Some videos on my Snapchat from the All-Star game popped up a while ago, and bro, Hezzy pulled into a three-pointer in transition and airballed it right.
Yeah, I didn't have a shot in high school. Like, I remember going to Anna Heights. You were there of so many different times where we would change my shot. I remember it right now. I'm wearing a Fruit Loops hoodie.
Yeah,
trying to change
I have
my
that
shot.
video.
I
on
seen
my
it
phone.
the other day. Yeah. I couldn't shoot it in high school. I mean, I had some games where I hit 4 threes, 5 threes, but that's because we're at Goreville.
Yeah. Yeah,
no, for sure.
rims
Goreville rims definitely
Yeah.
play a part and make it easier. So,
Who is your favorite coach?
this isn't just high school and just a certain sport.
Who is your favorite coach?
You can rule out Coach Mike if you want, because Coach Mike has basically
he was going to get my answer.
he's basically turned into our third dad. Easily.
Yeah, I was going to say
third dad.
Mike Smith was going to get my answer.
Well, I think he deserves the praise.
He was
going to
get my answer. I just remember so many times,
Go ahead.
he would pick me up from school,
Yeah.
take me to Casey's, take me to his house.
After having already done this with me and other kids,
Yeah, after doing, and so he definitely deserves it for a favorite coach, and just like I don't know, he's more than a coach to me still. Like I still talk to him every now and then.
Yeah.
But favorite coach in high school, sport doesn't matter. Like
It doesn't matter at
Doesn't
all.
matter.
It doesn't matter at all.
I don't want people to watch this. People are gonna get butthurt about this.
I got another.
I know.
question.
I think that all of the coaches at the high school they don't have egos, bro. They understand, like, and all of the coaches at the high school are great in their own way. You know,
we
all
know
play
how
well.
you talk to every coach, like, and every coach loved you.
For
so, like,
sure.
there was no question
If
about
I wanted
that.
to go up and like if.
So, all right, let's put it this way: if you were to see any of those coaches right now, which one are you like sitting down and talking to?
Yep. I have another
I
question.
can't. If I'm gonna sit down and talk to a coach and shoot it back and forth, obviously Mike, because he's just.
Carl Schweitzer.
That's a good one.
Just
You
because
can sit there-
we worked
you can
out
sit-
there.
Yeah,
though.
I forgot. Yeah,
we worked
I
out
forgot
there
about
for
that.
4 years, or
Yeah, I
3
forgot about
years.
that, yeah.
I was gonna say, if you had a kid right now and you wanted them to go play for a coach, who would it be? That's a good way to gauge that. I think.
Even if somebody
Aaron
that's
Roberts.
not coaching.
Yeah.
Aaron Roberts.
Aaron
Yeah.
Roberts.
Yeah.
I feel like he was a really good coach.
Yeah.
And he wasn't afraid.
Something I took for
he was
granted
he
was
was
the
he was
icon.
lenient. Like he was lenient with our team, but we were good. Like he was a little more lenient with us because he was like all these dudes have played travel ball.
I saw that too.
All these dudes have played travel ball. He's lenient, but like I can still remember times where like he's had me and Drake Hartline behind the dugout just giving
He
it to
changed
us.
my
So,
entire perspective about effort because I used to talk so much trash about baseball while I was on the baseball team, and he pulled me into the little room in the lower gym, the little like closet where the ice is,
Yeah.
Pulled me in there and chewed my butt. Not
Yeah.
even really about baseball, but more about like being who I was and like talking the way I was. And I was like, yeah, you're right, man. So
Yeah, I
Mad respect.
definitely Aaron Roberts because there were times where me and Drake were like, it was our senior year. We were having a bad season. That was the worst season I had my senior year, and me and Drake were just mad. We were just talking, and you know how high school gets.
I remember it.
You're just mad. And I guess one of the teachers heard us and told Roberts, and that was rough.
So what would you do differently if you could go back? Since that was the next question, and we're kind of on that.
What would I do differently about like
Sports, high school, anything. If you could go back and change any one moment or anything in particular or any mindset, or
I feel like I would I can't say that. That's too far. I feel like I got to put more time into it instead of putting time into other things.
yeah,
Because I feel like
into
once
sports or into school.
I feel like
Both.
school I was fine. I had good grades in school.
Yeah.
Like I was on a roll. I think all 4 years. I mean, thanks to some other people, but
No, for sure.
thanks to for some other,
We've
some
all
other
been
people.
there.
But I
We've
mean,
all
you
been
still had to do some tests.
Yeah, you
but
gotta turn your stuff in. You gotta do the test.
I feel like I got to put more effort into sports and like extra time. Like I put all my extra time into like baseball and stuff. But I feel like I had to put more time into basketball for sure,
What
just to
about-
see.
What was your football experience like? Would you have done that again? Would you do it more years? How
it's-
many years did you
it's
play?
hard
He
to say.
quit in the middle, so would you have quit or would you have kept playing? If you
It's
could go back?
How
hard
many years did you play football?
in high school.
Yes.
One,
Just one.
just one. Yeah.
How many altogether?
What do you mean all together?
Just
when you were a
played,
kid.
like,
Oh, I
little-
don't. Oh, when I was a
junior
kid, I think I
football,
played for like 4 seasons, 3 seasons.
Did you
I wish-
enjoy playing football in high
Oh,
school?
yeah.
Honestly, if I could change one thing, it could go 2 ways. I wish I'd have played golf for sure. Now in my life, I wish I'd have played golf.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you'd have asked me my junior year, hey, would you have played football 4 years? Yes, my answer would have been yes.
Yeah.
I think I had like the most fun time playing football
Yeah.
because it was like, we weren't good at all,
No,
Right.
I thought.
but still
I thought-
everybody was behind you.
I thought earlier you were going to say that would be your favorite season, just for that reason. The people
Yeah, no,
being
that was
behind you.
nice. That
Because
was
I
nice.
remember specifically like the high that you were on that entire season, just like all of the people in the community talking about you and how good you were doing, and
Yeah, that was.
you
nice.
came to play and you were the best on the team now, and like Hollywood was here, like it was such a storytell like thing for a little town like
And
that was
a
nice.
football school.
And
know?
can you compare like a Friday Night Lights like at AJ in the in the bowl down there in the pit compared to like the craziest Friday Saturday night in Union Hall? Like
That's
are they
something-
even
There's
comparable?
There's definitely
we
comparisons.
can't do that though because we didn't experience
so there's
one of those,
there's definitely
so.
comparisons. For me, there's comparisons because I never played that much football. but I knew football. Like I knew what football was gonna be supposed to be like. So we're getting our tails kicked. It's still fun. Like it's still fun going out there hitting people and running around, and you hear this, you hit somebody and the crowd goes nuts. Like it's still fun. But
hit somebody.
But for me, it's very it's a good comparison because I don't know, playing Peeneyville in a packed gym and we're up. I think it was my sophomore year, and I'm playing against
I think I got videos of
Austin
that.
Turner. I don't know his name. Turner.
Yeah,
He was the number one player in the state at that time. And then I locked him up. He didn't score anything. And I blocked him off the backboard, and I was a sophomore.
Yeah.
And I had 24 points in the halftime. And so, that right there to me, and then it was packed. We were beating the number one ranked team in the state at that time. Yeah. And so, that was awesome. We never really had that game for football. Sorry for interrupting.
No,
we never really had
that
outstanding game for football. And if we had a team I don't know, was it?
It was my sophomore year was the year that they were really, really good, and we traveled to watch those games.
Yeah, and I remember going to those games. REA Hart's year, that's what it was.
Yeah, that was my sophomore year.
Yeah. If we had a team like that, no, I think football would blow it out of the water.
Yeah.
Because those games were, shoulder to shoulder. Pretty much you walk around the tailgate and they're shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, I agree. Dang, this has been good. I didn't expect this to be this good.
All right, I get to ask this one.
No, go ahead. But this went everywhere, so this is fantastic.
How was your time at Wiffle Boys? Because I know you worked there basically just during high school. So we talked about, you played every sport imaginable. So you were just kind of got stuck on mornings, and it started off on
after school or
Sundays or
the morning,
maybe one day through the week, but. Then we got you on the work program. You started at Wiffle Boys. What was it like working at Wiffle Boys with Blake
so
and
much
me?
Fun.
And Brady
I had so much fun. I mean, the mornings sucked. That was work. You're getting everything ready. You're this
coming in at 12:30 after having to go to school.
Yeah,
walking in and me and Ben being grind cheese.
Grind cheese, fill cups.
And then, seeing the list coming, I'm dang, guys, what you guys do? And then I'm I know what they did. I know what they did. And then I was I don't know. I had fun. I had a blast. When it's busy and we're in here with the radio going and, me and Braden are over here, you and Blake are over here, and JD's running around in circles. That was, I had fun doing that. And then Noah's out delivering. Obviously I had a good time. Someone's calling me out.
Phone calls.
I had a good time doing that. Hold on. If this is work, I got to take it. No, it's not. We're good. No, I had a very good time at Wiffle Boys.
It's very free flowing in here.
Yeah,
Getting to work with all of your friends makes it easy.
Yes, it's a lot. Honestly, no. It's a lot different now that I'm working a real job, and I compare. It's wow. I mean, I'm not saying this isn't a real job, but
yes,
it's a different aspect. It's a different aspect, but working where I am now, there are still so many times I'm it's kind of like Wiffle Boys. I'm hanging out with dudes that are like me, that are just here to have fun and get work done and make money.
Yep.
So how many of the guys do we have that were your age? It was you,
me,
Drake,
Tyler Cunningham, Brylan Suggs, JJ.
For a little bit, yeah. So, I mean, having all those guys
Landon
around,
Brown was I played golf with him after work all the time.
With you guys all the time. He kind of led us into that next little group of kids we have here now. So
I don't think I really worked with Zay that much. It was only for a month that he was here. I don't know. I liked it, but I did hate I had a full week of school, going to practice. It's man, I just want to do something. And so then I'd golf Saturday morning or go to practice. I'd probably go to practice Saturday morning, then golf, and then come here. So I never really had a stopping point. And so at that point, got a girlfriend. At that point I was with Tess, and I was going to work on a Sunday when I was I just want to go hang out. That sucked, but at that point I was I need money too.
Yeah, I feel Wiffle Boys was good for a bunch of people, not just me being the owner, but you're the perfect example of you just came in here, worked when you had free time, and it really just taught you to you already had a really good work ethic, or else we wouldn't have brought you in. But it just kind of reminds you of even anytime you do have that you can work, you can make money, go do it, because it'll help you out in the future, and it sets you up to find a new job, and now you're just grinding, working over 40 hours all the time.
You know what I do think about that's probably gonna blow your mind is if I knew growing up that my mom and dad had a lot of money, which they don't. If I knew growing up kids from Carterville, there's no way I would have worked.
Yeah.
There's no way possible I would have worked. I would have went and played college sports. But I feel like knowing, like, you know, they have money. They can go, like, they've went into debt for me. They've went into debt for, you know, all of me and Blake playing sports, him playing travel soccer, me playing travel baseball.
Yeah.
Because at one time that met. And so,
Yeah,
like,
for years.
you know, for years. And, like, so they were spending so much money. Like, they're probably still paying debt off for that. And so it's like, I think that's one of the reasons I was like, I'm going to go to work. Because, like, one, I don't want debt. I don't want to, because, like, I'm going to have to pay for school. And so, like, I think that's one of the only reasons that I did go work. But I don't regret it at all.
Yeah.
Because I think it's formed me into a person that I should be.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Wiffle Boy showed you a little bit of responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, even though you had a lot already, a little bit more, because now he not only works, but then when he's done at work, he's coming home and working in the backyard and like, helping, you know, form this, make this, like, dig up this, move dirt here. And I think it also kept you humble because, you know, like we talked about in the beginning, your nickname was Hollywood at like the age of 8. So
Yeah, no,
just
for
having
sure.
a little bit of humility here, working with us guys who don't really do anything. And, you know, we do, but like Ben said, and like you said, this isn't the same as a real job. We know that. So being here, kind of like working with us, I think that did a lot for you, for
It
sure.
definitely showed me of, like, money. Like, how, like, money's not the most important thing, but it showed me, like,
It's important.
I'm in the same boat you are, though, where I didn't go to college for the whole not wanting to be in debt reason, and I don't regret it either. So
yeah, no, I don't, you know, if I went back, I'd tell myself go to college, you know, just for the fact of, like,
yeah,
you know, that's a good experience to have. You're going to meet all these people.
for sure.
But, like, also, if you know you can make some, like, money somewhere else, like, for me, like, having connections, there's almost no need for me not to do it.
Bingo.
There's almost, like, no need for me not to do it.
Bingo. Me and Ben talk about that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing about working here with the boys, like you said, during basketball season, you're coming here in the morning. You come in on a Tuesday morning. Now you got me and Blake in here grilling you on what happened on the weekend during the season. And a lot of times we would, you know, we'd come in and
I
we'd
liked it
give
because
you crap.
you would grill me for like 30 minutes, and then we'd actually talk about like what we could do or what we should do or what I should do or like what I should tell Drew.
And then we just talk
all
about
them to
random
do.
stuff. Then we
Yeah.
wouldn't, you know.
Yeah. And it wasn't like
It wasn't.
all
It
we
wasn't sports
talked
the whole
about.
time. I mean, it
Yes,
could be.
exactly.
What was the game we played?
We just sit there and play different games.
What was it called?
We just came up with a new one named Contact, and it's pretty fun. So
I'm thinking of one where you like
Wavelength.
wavelength. That's what we played a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll start to wrap it up here, but this one's going to be probably the last one that, you'll talk a lot about. So let's just go with what are two goals for you in the next year?
Ooh,
They don't have to be big goals, but just 2 goals in the next year.
You know, you kind of talked about financial. You kind of talked about career, and you know,
See,
you
the
kind of talked about personal.
year, the next year, I don't really have, you know, much planned financially or personally. I just want to keep going and save
Okay,
money for the
well
next
then
year.
let's ask
But
you.
if you go within the next 5 years, it's a little different. Because you know, I'm still.
Let's ask you the same question we asked Ross. In 10 years, where do you hope to see yourself? What do you want your life to look like? And I mean, we're talking in terms of finance, job, living place, marital status, like kids. Like 10 years from now, you're 20, 21 right now, 20 right now?
20.
Okay, so in
When I'm
2035, when
yeah.
you're 30 years old.
Yeah. Easy question. What?
No,
Go ahead, talk to us though, or at least set your standards so you can go back and listen later.
So, next 10 years is a lot though, because you can do a lot in 10 years. I'm gonna do 5.
You can do a lot in 1 year.
5 years for me is what I want to do. And you say 10, I want to do 5. In 5 years, I want my own house. It don't have to be big. I just want a house. 5 years, because I'm thinking also for Tess, like she's in college, but she'll be graduating in 5 years. 5 years, I want a house. I want it to be, you know, it'll be in my name, whatever. But 5 years, I want a house. I want my truck paid off. You know, that's a big one. That's an expensive one. So I want my own house. I want to pay my truck off. And I don't want to have kids in 5 years, but, you know, be thinking about kids and be thinking about, like, marriage, a ring. You know, I've already thought about, you know, certain things with – I mean, I know mom and dad aren't ready to hear it. They're not ready to hear it. You know, they're like, you're still young. Tess is still young. You don't think, you know, you're not think like, they're gonna have their own opinions.
Ask them what they were doing at our age.
That's exactly. They were married
you
to
live,
different people.
you learn,
Yeah,
and as long as you live, you keep learning.
They were married to different people at our age, so it's like whatever. So I really want to like get a ring. Like, she knows it, so I guess it's not a surprise to her.
Shh, Des, don't listen.
It's not a surprise to her. A ring, a house, paid off truck in 5 years.
So I just did a little
in
interview
10.
the other day, and they talked about a goal for 1 year, a goal for 5 years, and a goal for 10 years. And for me personally, it was almost harder. I guess, I mean, obviously I'm 10 years older than you, so for me, a year from now, I can figure that out. 10 years from now, I can like dream about that. In between, it was the hardest for me. So it's kind of interesting to hear your different perspective on it.
Because in 10 years, I don't know what, like, for me in 10 years, I don't know what job, I don't know if I'll still be at the same company. I don't know if I'll be making more money.
That leads us into our next question.
I don't know what Tess is going to want to do in 10 years. Because I know, like, when she graduates, she says she wants to move and get out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. So if she does that,
Yeah.
I mean, good.
Well,
like, I support it. But I also, like, I want to stay here when we're, 5 years from now, start our journey, save money, and then 10 years from now, maybe sell, get out. If we're financially able to do that.
It's not a bad idea. Respectfully, because we love Tess, if she was not a part of the picture and life was different and you could change it right now to be picture perfect how you wanted it to be, where you wanted to be right now, where would it be? Would you have a different job? Would you be going to school? Would you live somewhere else? Would you, where would you be right now?
Part of me says,
you can be unrealistic too. You don't have to be like realistic. You could, obviously, if you just say I want to be a millionaire, then that'd just be bland.
Unrealistically, I'd want to be, unrealistically, I'd want to go to college, have 2 years of college, blow up on social media, make a lot of money, make a lot of money off NIL, and do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But I mean, now that I'm in this lot, like that I have like chose my, like, not really my life, because you can change whatever you do. Like I could go back and be like, I don't want to do this, I want to go to college. I could go do 4 years of college.
You could.
But, right now where I am now, I don't think I'd change really anything. To be honest, I like where I am. I like where me and Tess are. Yeah, it sucks. We're away from each other. But I think it builds me to be a different person because, like, it's a lot being away. He knows what it's like to be away from someone. It sucks, but it also showed me a lot about myself, really.
You've grown up, brother.
It's helped me a lot.
You've grown up some.
When I was young, I had to break up with my girlfriend because she was moving away, so I was not mature enough for it, and I knew it, and so I respect you for having that maturity and even thinking about it like that.
Yeah.
About how it helped you grow.
No,
yeah.
I do think it helped me grow, and I think I'm just ready to poof. Like, I'm only 20, and I'm just ready to settle down, have my own house, be done with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what time do we start? Where are we at?
We're at about 47 minutes.
Jesus,
you want to do the
that's
rapid
good.
fire questions?
Yeah.
You want to wrap it?
No, I want to do the rapid fire for sure.
All right, rapid fire
How's
questions.
this
You don't
go?
have to think about it too much. You don't have to talk about it too much unless it really piques your interest.
Okay, go for it.
Cold or hot weather?
Hot.
Favorite food?
Steak.
College basketball, or no, college team in general.
North Carolina.
Figured.
North Carolina or Ole Miss.
Favorite sport to watch?
Football.
Least favorite sport to watch?
Baseball.
Good answer.
I mean, we talked about this. Playing baseball, love to do it. You can see all the little things. But when I watch baseball, sit there, I'm watching too much. I'm stressing about it. Like, if someone's here, I ain't going to talk to you. There ain't no way, because I'm watching what these guys are doing. I'm watching too many of the little things. So watching baseball, like, it's nice for me if I'm by myself, but, like, watching with other people, I can't do it.
You ever thought about being a baseball coach one day? You seem like the type that would.
I wanted to. Like, I did a little bit of hitting lessons for, like, Crystal Hausman's kid. I loved it. I had a blast doing that.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even about the money. I just had fun doing that.
Yeah.
So I've thought about it. And, like, hearing her feedback when she's like, "Yeah, you hit the ball." I was like, "Oh, really? Yeah, I could do that."
Huh.
It was nice. It was nice to
It's
hear.
weird. I know someone else that likes that.
It was nice.
Someone else that chases that lifestyle.
It was nice to hear that, but, like, I don't I stress too much.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no, for sure.
People don't know, but like I'm a very anxious and stressed and high alert person.
Micromanagement. I'm
a micromanager, so like I have to know what everything's going on. I have to know what's happening here, everywhere. So I'm like over time, especially work, like that makes me really God dang, Dot. So that really makes me anxious. So I don't think I could be a coach.
Place to live.
Tennessee.
Cat or dog? I already know this.
Dog.
Anyone you want to shout out or thank, and not necessarily in terms of the podcast, just, obviously one would be our parents, but
obviously
anyone you want to shout out or thank, go ahead. You got 30 seconds. Go. I'm counting.
Obviously my girlfriend. That's the number one. To both of you for bringing me here, and you showing me how to grow up and be the person I am, and then,
growing up together,
and then Ben giving me opportunity to work when I was in high school and didn't really care about anything else but high school. I have too many people to thank. I can't thank everybody.
Did you start when you were 15 or 16?
I almost got a worker's permit when I was 15, but I started when I was 16.
That's what I thought.
Because I was here when you cut the ribbon or whatever. That was my first day. It sucked.
That's crazy.
It sucked.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I was here in the back. I'm in that picture.
Real quick before we wrap up, since we've gotten deep enough where I feel like I can ask this, where would you say you're at in your faith journey in life? You don't have to go.
Don't
super
trip
deep.
over yourself. We told Ross he could keep it real sweet and simple, and he went all out. So don't trip over yourself.
I'm not going to, because recently I felt more changed. Like high school. Only thing I want to do is party, have fun, do whatever. Graduate. I wanted to party, have fun. Started working. I wanted to party and have fun. And I just wanted to have fun and party and do all these things. And now that I go into a distance relationship, I start working. People can get away with partying and having fun and doing that, but it's not healthy. So it's pushed me more to God until
just a more disciplined
lifestyle. And so I bought a little book that's it's a minute a day with God, and so it gives you different scenarios and Bible verses and stuff. I got it on TikTok. I'm gonna be honest with you.
There you go.
And so I like it because I look at it every night. I read it. I kind of not only study it, but I highlight certain things that reach out to me or that affect me in my life. And so I highlight them or underline them and think about it. And so I'm not I don't go to church every Sunday. I hardly go to church. I'm always busy. My Sunday is the day where I want to sleep in.
Yeah.
And so I don't really go to church that much, but I have found myself more to that lifestyle because I was, to be honest with you, I was drinking after work. I was doing this, I was doing that, and then that kind of put me in an unhealthy spot, mentally, because I was stressed all the time, stressing about a long distance relationship, and then it kind of interfered with me and Tessa a little bit, and so it wasn't healthy. And then I could feel that, and I even I reached out to a couple people, and so it was I've kind of more leaned to that now.
And I wanted to ask that out of not of a place of judgment and really just curiosity, because like we've talked about this whole time, you've had this whole mantra of being, little brother to Hollywood. You're the superstar in high school. Like you said, you guys are always hanging out with your buddies, and as you get older, that leads to, partying, doing that. We've all been there. We've all done that. And so this doesn't come from a place of judgment, but hearing the discipline that you've grown, hearing the way that you are looking at things and thinking about things and maturing, it doesn't come from just yourself. It comes from the disciplines that you have around you and that you've instilled, and God is reaching out and trying to keep pulling you closer. And a lot of times it takes us going out and doing our own thing and realizing you can do that and live life a certain way, or you can start to find discipline in yourself and start to really, it'll better you, it'll better the people around you. And once you start to do that, you'll start to find yourself in a relationship with someone you can't see or hear or talk to, but you feel this feeling, and that's God. And so I hope he keeps pulling at your heart, and I'm glad to hear that. I think
It's actually crazy timing because, like, I literally, like, it wasn't even that long ago. I was like, all right, I got to quit. I got to change something. Because it was like, I was happy. I was having fun. But it was like, I needed to change something.
Ben's
And
been
that's what
talking.
it was.
Ben's been talking recently a lot about the timing, the crazy timing of everybody in the community and everything going on, and people just gravitating to the word, and I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's wild. It's not a coincidence either.
No, God is real, and there's no doubt about it. And I'm not saying that you have to be a Christian, you have to go to church, but there is a God, and He created you, and He loves you, and He's wanting you to be in a relationship with Him, and that comes with sacrifice, but it also comes with having a peace about you and a discipline and a value and a reason to live. And so I'm just glad to hear the maturity that you've grown, not just in God, but like you said, in having a long distance relationship, having buying a book, even if it's just a minute a day.
+1.
You know how many people touch a Bible, or look at a Bible verse, or even think about God a single day? Like, so the fact that you're doing any of that is just showing me that you're maturing in the way that I would hope, and I'm glad to have been a part of your life in any way.
Definitely helps.
Yep. +1. Easy. Just a little bit.
Who should we interview next?
Yeah. Anybody. Throw it out there. We've obviously got a lot, but
I mean, you got a lot of people to go for.
we're shooting for the Caleb Gore next. So
That'd be a good one.
Stay tuned.
That would be a good one.
Probably gonna get
What were
my.
your thoughts on the 55?
He was sick to his stomach. Every shot that went in after 40,
The
he
problem
was like,
I just because Caleb had just started, like, he started hanging out with Blake and training with Blake like a while back, and so like he would talk to me like here and there, and then I played. Literally, it was it's probably me the reason he did that, because I played with him like a week before, and so we kind of like talked a little bit, and then he was like, "Don't, I was better than you," and then he went out there and did that. And so like to me, yes, every time he shot the ball, little bit of me was like, "Don't go in," but I was like, you know what? He's already at 30. Just keep going.
Yeah.
And then I could find myself at the end there when he only needed 5 more.
yeah, I
And
think
and he needed 5 more. He needed
Yeah.
60 for 1,000. And I was trying to wave Blake down from the bench. I was like,
yeah.
get him back.
Bro, Dylan can say what he wants, but 2 different games this year, he was calling me during the game to try and get me to keep Caleb in. He's like,
Yeah,
tell
no.
Cham he's about to break the 3-point record at El Dorado. Like, bro, we know. Like, we're not dumb. He's like,
Yeah,
tell him he's about to get to 1,000. Yeah, we know.
I was
Caleb
getting
knows.
mad. I was getting so mad when they pulled him. Both times I was mad.
Bro,
Tess was mad.
he was
Tess
calling
mad.
me. He was calling me while I was on the bench. So.
Right, I was.
No, I this has been fun. I want to have you on again whenever we can sit down and actually think through questions and everything and come up with some really, really deep questions.
We want to do a brothers interview.
Yeah, I would like to bring
you and Noah
on for sure. So, but this has been great. We kept it under an hour. We still have to get episode 7 and 8 out, or just 7 maybe. I don't know.
I think we're at like 8 or 9.
We're gonna get them out for sure, and when we get good at getting them out, we'll start rapid firing them. But it was fun to have you on, Dale. Appreciate you coming. You got to be up early in the morning, we know. So
Shout out anybody who actually listened to the whole thing. Shout out anybody who's been watching the whole time. Any support we get, a like, a share, a comment, anything like that is always awesome. So we appreciate it. Subscribe, and we'll keep getting out more content to you guys. Thank you for listening to Believe Ball Become with Blake. And thank you to Dylan Harvel for being on.
Thank you for having me.
we're gonna be millionaires.
Deuces.